We need to talk about the future of abortion in the United States of America. In the next few minutes, I'm gonna cover 3 things: where we are now, where we're going unless we act now, and what we can do to take our rights back. Here we go. In June of 2022, the conservative majority Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, rolling back reproductive freedom by half a century. Giving birth is no longer strictly a choice. Now, in many cases, it's something women and girls are forced to do by law. 14 states have imposed near-total bans on abortion. 4 others instituted bans that have, for now, been blocked in court. 2 more states set limits at 6 weeks, which statistically is around the same time 1 in 3 of us first discover that we're pregnant. And get this, out of the states with total bans, many fail to include any exceptions in the event of a severe health risk to the woman who's pregnant. Others leave out any explicit exceptions to save the life of the mother, and only some of those states include exceptions for rape or incest. Just sit with that for a second. No explicit exceptions to save the life of a mother. No exceptions for rape or incest. Yeah. Doctors and nurses who provide the procedure face felony arrest, prison sentences of up to 15 years, or if you happen to be in Texas, life behind bars. Many OBGYNs, just for their own survival, are opting to leave states where abortion is illegal, crushing access to a whole range of women's healthcare services right in the locations where they are needed most. Think it's hard to get in to see your doctor now? Just wait. But even with everything they've thrown at us, many brave, smart, and tenacious women and girls are still finding ways to access abortion. Some are forced to do so by taking a long and costly journey across state lines. Some wait 2 to 3 weeks to receive abortion pills from clinics as far away as India or Vietnam, hoping to be able to use the medication within the FDA's recommended 10-week limit. Conservatives have, so far, insisted that people who break the law by getting an abortion won't be punished, but anyone helping them will. For instance, in Idaho, it's now a crime to transport a minor across state lines to obtain an abortion, punishable by 2 to 5 years in prison. And what about providers who send abortion medication through the mail? Well, Jonathan Mitchell, architect of the Texas abortion ban, has said that he wants to see those people charged with attempted murder. Anti-abortion extremists like Mitchell are trying to stop medication abortion by invoking that archaic blast from the past, the 1873 Comstock Act, which makes it a federal crime to deliver obscene, lewd, or lascivious material, including items used for abortion or birth control, through the mail. And on top of all of that, they're also just trying to make medication abortion illegal, period. In April 2023, a Texas judge appointed by Trump issued a preliminary ruling invalidating the FDA's 23-year-old approval of the overwhelmingly safe and effective abortion pill, mifepristone, which would take it off the market entirely. The ruling was appealed, but in all likelihood, this case is headed to the Supreme Court, the same Supreme Court that overturned Roe v. Wade. All of this sounds pretty awful, right? Well, take my word for it, shit could get a lot worse. When Roe was overturned, Justice Clarence Thomas said that next, the Supreme Court has the duty to reconsider and correct other decisions that were based on the 14th Amendment, like Griswold versus Connecticut, which made contraception legal, Or Lawrence versus Texas, which protects the rights of consenting adults to do what they choose in the privacy of their own bedrooms, ending the long, dark period in American history where it was technically illegal to be gay. Or Obergefell versus Hodges, which made same-sex marriage legal in all 50 states. So, if Roe is not legitimate, in the eyes of folks like Justice Thomas, maybe those other rulings aren't either. The movement against reproductive freedom is not just after your right to safe, legally protected abortion. Abortion is just the tip of the spear. And once you get real with that, take all of that anger and fear and let it ignite your brain and your heart and your belly, and understand one last thing. There is hope. Really, there is. So far, when Americans in red and purple states from Kansas to Kentucky to Montana have been asked to reject or support abortion rights, they've voted against new restrictions in favor of more access every single time. So all is clearly not lost here. Here are the most powerful things you can do right now. 1, get involved in your local elections and vote for candidates who support reproductive freedom. 2, find independent clinics in your area that are actually providing abortion services, because I guarantee you they need your donations and your time right now. 3, 18 of our states allow citizens to create ballot initiatives to amend their state constitutions. So we can all help secure our bodily autonomy by enshrining those rights directly into state constitutions. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Americans who desperately need care will suffer until we pass a federal law, which brings me to my last point. There actually is a blue sky fix for this whole thing, the Women's Health Protection Act. Basically, it would codify the rights in Roe v. Wade into federal law. And get this, the Women's Health Protection Act was already passed in the House of Representatives twice. But when the bill made its way to the Senate, it wasn't able to achieve the 60 votes needed to overcome the filibuster. When it comes to the actual people in the United States, 64% of Americans now say they believe abortion should be legal in all or most cases. That's a supermajority, folks. So if we can make our democracy work to truly represent the will of the people, a federal law that's even stronger than Roe is in our future. But until then, we cannot give up. We can have a future where the government increasingly controls our healthcare choices about our own bodies, or we can be smart and strategic and work together to protect those rights for good. We'll do it state by state if we have to. Or even better, we can do it with a brand new Congress. We still have the chance to decide our future. So, what kind of future is it going to be?